Well, a very good morning for this week's video. I'm in the cockpit of a 747. It's a decommissioned 747, I'll grant you that, and this one doesn't fly anymore. It's actually moored, if you can call it that word, outside, about 20 minutes outside Bangkok International Airport, and it's now been turned into a cafe. So, if you've ever got a long layover here and you've got some time to kill, come with me as I take you on a tour of the 747 Cafe. The 747 Café is located in Krabang, a suburban district of Bangkok that sits right on the approach path to Suvarnabhumi Airport. It's just a 10 to 15 minute drive from the terminal, making it an easy stop either before or after a flight. We got here using a Grab taxi which cost only a few pounds and dropped us right outside the aircraft's nose. Now, the scale of this cafe is simply phenomenal. It's honestly surreal to see something like this up close. Entry costs 120 Thai baht per person, which includes a complimentary drink once you're inside. There's no time limit on weekdays, whilst on weekends you get 1 hour to explore the jet. You also receive these really fun souvenir boarding passes as part of the experience. But before we climb the stairs onto the Queen of the Skies, let's talk about the fascinating history of this very aircraft. The aircraft, registration HS-STA, was originally delivered to United Airlines in September 1992, where it flew until January 2010. It was then sold to Orient Thai Airlines before being leased to Saudi Arabian Airlines in 2011. It then passed ownership between the two airlines until its return to Orient Thai Airlines in November 2014, where it was stationed at Bangkok International Airport. It was then dismantled in February 2020 and transported to the 747 Café site, where it's remained ever since. You really do have to pinch yourself walking up the stairs alongside a jumbo jet. The site is phenomenally well put together, and this is probably the grandest entrance I think I've ever experienced. Once inside, to the left is an informal seating area with this awesome engine-inspired bench, the perfect photo opportunity. The cafe spans the full length of the jet, and you'll be pleased to know it's air-conditioned too. When you're ready, take your boarding passes to the cafe and bar area where you can select from a range of complimentary drinks. We went for an orange juice and a fruit punch, and we also got these 747 Cafe branded cookies. A nice touch, if you ask me. And of course, we got that window view, even if it could do with a bit of a clean. There's plenty of seating dotted around in this 747 shell, and it really makes you appreciate the sheer size of this former Queen of the Sky. There's further food offerings too, including cakes, pastries, and Thai-inspired croissants. You can rent pilot hats for the perfect photo opportunity, and there's memorabilia too. Keep watching, and you too could win one of these remove before flight 747 Café keychains. Opposite the bar cafe area is the walkout terrace, and this really is awesome. This is the closest I guess I can ever say I've come to walking the wing of a 747. There's even a Thai tuk-tuk adorned on the wing where you can sit and watch the world go by. Oh, Oh, and the husband had to leave a BA mark on the 747 just to fly the flag for the UK too. And if you look very closely, you can still see the remains of the Orient tie markings. Back inside, it was time to take a trip upstairs, the best feature of any aircraft if you ask me. At the top, there's a leather sofa seating area overlooking the main cafe downstairs. Back on yourself, you'll find more informal seating areas and leather recliners too. But of course, we're headed to the best seat in the house, the flight deck.
It's pretty cool, you know, you can't lie, to be sat in the cockpit of a 747, and this is a decommissioned 747 as I mentioned earlier, but they've done a really good job of keeping it in pretty good nick. I mean, it's a little bit battered, you know, as you'd expect, it's quite an old aircraft, but they've done a little bit of restoration work on it and really tried hard to keep it in relatively good condition. You know, your throttle levers still, you know, still go. Your flap switches as well have still got a, you know, good bit of movement on them. They've done their very best to try and keep as much of this original parts and still working and moving, you know, and it's testament to their efforts really. It's just really odd to be sat in the cockpit of a decommissioned 747 in the middle of Bangkok in an urban area where you look out over to a car park and a lake. It's all a bit surreal. But if you have the chance to come here and you've got a bit of a long layover into Bangkok, let's say you're flying with Thai Airways and you've got a layover here, get yourself a transit pass, a transit visa, get out of the airport and come and check it out. Because even if you're not a plane geek, it's still a bit of a cool thing to have on your tick list. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Well, I was fortunate enough to sit on the upper deck of the A380 and have done a couple of times, but never on the 747. So it's a pretty cool experience coming down these stairs, but it's a really cool place to come, this. One of the most interesting things is you get a real sense of the scale of the size of the 747. Because there's no passenger seating in here, you don't realise how big it was. It was a huge aircraft. And that's probably why it was called the Queen of the Skies. Looking around now, it feels so much bigger than when I last flew on a 747, which was with Virgin Atlantic many years ago, before they retired their fleet. It's kind of good to be back on one, to be honest with you. So the team here have got these awesome remove before flight keychains, quite a lot of those coming back to the UK with me, but I've got some spares, so drop me a comment below right now as you're watching this video. Tell me your greatest memory of the 747. Did you ever see one? Did you ever fly on one? Were you lucky enough to do first class on one? If so, I'm very envious. After 30 days, I'll pick 2 winners, I'll drop you a message, and you could be getting one of these funky little keychains in the post from me.
Now, I could literally stand on this wing all day, it really is just awesome. But it's time to head down the stairs to show you more of what's underneath this former jumbo jet. Here you get a great look at the undercarriage and wing. There's also toilet facilities too, and the Club 747, which converts into a bar, restaurant and performance space. think this is a fantastic idea. I want to show you this though, because I do think this really is the best part of the experience.
And here we are, stood in the former engine cowling of a 747. Doesn't get pretty cooler than this. I just crawled behind, through the engine behind me. It's been sort of padded out with stainless steel. I think it's designed for children, but we made it work, 6 foot and all, hence the graze on the knee. Anything for content, but you've got to admit, this does look pretty damn cool.
There's something quite beautiful about it really, that one of the world's most iconic aircraft, a machine that once connected continents and carried millions of people across the skies, now rests here, quietly inspiring a new kind of journey. The 747 may no longer roar down runways, but in this place, frozen in time, it still captures hearts, sparks memories, and reminds us just how extraordinary flying once was. A fitting home for the Queen of the Skies.
So that concludes our tour of this wonderful Orient Thai Airlines decommissioned 747. It was decommissioned in 2018, but its memory lives on as this pretty awesome cafe. If you're ever in Bangkok, come along, come and see the 747 Cafe.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss another upload. Plenty more aviation, travel and hotel content coming your way. See you in the next one.